Okay, so yesterday, yeah, the update we bring on this particular platform about the whole Igbo King brouhaha. Menuka say, there's a new update because new updates now by Abekayensa, it is so simple. What we are learning now is that Igbo King patch say, nano Okominsha Palace amount for so anka it is okwachi Otumfour ya man ho kwan no. According to him, no Otumfour ono di kan a friend no. Now also no with Otumfour the kind I invited previously. Amana kwa kwacha Otumfour. Many can say there's a video evidence about Betuja because Black Rasta so Eden no ho abeshen seminimu. I just explain say Igbo King no sisi ano patch say yes be banning the power room ha he won't go down alone. Anyway, straight yankwahwe in sema Black Rasta Edituja eba yebeto aso.
Igbo King, I was officially invited by Otumfour for funeral. My brother, it's all over the internet, radio and TV in Ghana and beyond, that a certain man who calls himself the Igbo King of Ghana, this man that you see here, His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, he's been in Ghana for so many years. He's married to a Ghanaian woman. His children are Ghanaian Nigerian children who all bear Nigerian and Ghanaian names. According to him, it all started in 2012 when his own Igbo people came together and said, it looks like we need a representative aside the Nigerian High Commission, traditionally to represent us. And they chose him as the leader, the chief, the king, the emperor, depending on how you want to refer to him. My brother, my sister, he was only supposed to oversee the interest of Igbos in Ghana. Gradually, their numbers started increasing, and many people came to him from Igbo land to learn about the Ghanaian culture and how to even live in Ghana. My brother, my sister, from 2012, when he was installed as the chief, the emperor, the king of the Igbo people in Ghana, he decided to spread his wings and also go around introducing himself to all the prominent people of this country. My brother, my sister, this is His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. He's all the way from Nigeria. Igbo Kweno. And you will hear him say, Zwekweno. This is the man. Now, in 2012, he went all the way to see the Otumfour. And this is him shaking hands with the Otumfour, my brother, my sister, to introduce himself officially to the Otumfour. And there he is, Otumfour and his elders sitting down. This is a photo from 2012. From that time, he's been a friend of the palace, Manshia. He'll go in and out, meet with Otumfour, talk to Otumfour, seek his advice and all that. And they always welcome this gentleman to the Manshia Palace. Many people have come to see him as a man who loves to meet so many different people. Unfortunately, for the so-called Igbo King in Ghana, everything went haywire in 2025 when an old video came out and he purportedly said he was building an Igbo kingdom. They would have their own police, their own soldier, and they would have almost everything in that kingdom, including Igbo food. Many Ghanaians did not go into the story properly. And what did they do? They started hitting the road with demonstrations and even threats to chase out all Igbos from this nation. It took serious effort by the nation, including the President of the Republic, to be able to calm down nerves. Just as the nerves were calming down, Bobo Ulomo also came out. In fact, the spiritual leader of the Gan state said that my relationship with the Gan people is known to everybody. But what people don't know is that we are also close to the Nigerian people. It doesn't matter whether they are Igbo or Yoruba. We love the Nigerian people. In fact, we even traced a part of our ancestry to Nigeria. We can't chase out any Nigerian from this country. That was what Bobo Wulomo said. He said, if we are not ready to give the Igbo people some land to build an Igbo village, I, Bobo Wulomo, will do that. My brother, my sister, it created problems all over Ghana. And it looked like Ghanaians, some Ghanaians were beginning to be xenophobic. Oh, Igbos are thieves. Oh, Igbos, they are going around kidnapping people. Oh, they are frosteds. And with that kind of information in their prejudiced minds, every Igbo was a criminal. And for that matter, every Igbo must leave Ghana. Now, the interesting thing is that we have Syrians here who are more powerful than this so-called Igbo king. We have Syrians in this country, Americans in this country. My brother, there are thieves amongst the Americans in this country. There are criminals amongst the Lebanese in this country. And we all remember the shawarma making business that poured pepper on the face of a Ghanaian worker. Do we all remember? My brother, my sister, rape. We've seen Lebanese people rape girls in this country. And we have reported all this. Not only Lebanese, we have Chinese in this country who are doing evil, destroying our land in togetherness with Ghanaians. My brother, my sister, we have Americans who are thieves. Yet, it doesn't look like we are too interested in all these people. We are interested in our own black-skinned people, and we want to chase them out. In the days of Buzia, we all remember how Nigerians were chased out of this country. Aliens Compliance Act. It was an animal that destroyed the cohesion of this country. In fact, it threatened to destroy it forever. Shagari came into power, retaliated, and sent Ghanaians down. My brother, my sister. And what was the reason? Ghana was beginning to be prosperous and felt threatened that Nigerians coming into this country especially were taking over jobs meant for Ghanaians. They were becoming more prosperous and owning property more than Ghanaians. That was the hidden secret. And Buzia, daft as he was, non-Pan-African as he was, chased out all these people. In fact, his spectacle was focused on the Nigerians. Nigerians were chased out of this country. My brother, my sister, a lot of them left their houses behind because they couldn't carry those houses back to Lagos. Their fat bank accounts, the bank stole them. There was only a certain amount of money they could carry away. About 10% of the money, in some cases 20 to 30% of the money, and about 70% of their money and more were swallowed by Ghanaian banks. A lot of Nigerians went back to Lagos and died after a few days. They had worked so hard, following the principle of Kwame Nkrumah, to come and invest in a fellow African country, or better still, a sister African country. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown in 1966, and it went all the way from all those criminals, and we now had Buzia coming in. That was what Buzia did. They were undoing everything Kwame Nkrumah did, including the invitation of African countries, brothers and sisters, to come and do business with us. They chased out the Nigerians. When Shagari came into power, Shehu Shagari, he decided that he would pay Ghana back in his own coin. We all remember that Ghana must go back. They chased us out of Nigeria. And Rawlings had to send ships to carry us home. My brother, my sister, we will never forget. We have become so much of friends. We have places in Ghana that are named after Nigerians and even Nigerian areas. We have Lagos Town. We have Agege. When I first came to Accra, there was a place called Agege. These days, I don't hear that. Is it still there? My brother, my sister, we have Lagos Town. What happened to Lagos Town? When you go to Takrady, there's Lagos Town. My brother, my sister, there's nowhere in Africa you would go and you will not feel the presence of Nigerians. Yet, it looked like we just wanted to give a cat a bad name so we could hang it. The man said he was going to build an Igbo village. But some bloggers decided to turn it around and say he was building a kingdom. All of a sudden, fellow Nigerians came in, rubbished this guy, kicked him out, and he's been quiet from that time. Now, when Nana Konadu Yadum III died, the queen mother of Asante, the sister of the Otumfour Osetutu II, when she died at the age of 98, a few days back, Asante via Manshia decided to invite so many very important people and prominent people to the palace of the Otumfour. In fact, to commiserate, yes, to commiserate with the situation. My brother, my sister, to empathize with the kingdom. Now, one of the people invited was His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, the man you see here. All the way from Manshia, they came in and invited him for the 1 week. This was the man who came. Dr. Ajenim Boateng. He is the leader of the Asante Concerned Youth. He was sent all the way from Manshia to come and invite this man. And look at how he was dressed. This is the palace of Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. My brother, my sister. He invited him and he said, okay, I'll give you a response. When the man left, he said, no, I don't want to go. If I go, I don't know what is going to come up next. So he didn't go. Now the main funeral was coming. So many presidents were coming around. And Dr. Ajenim Boateng came again to the palace of Eze. And that's him there, inviting him one more time. Please, the 7 days you didn't come. If you don't come, I'll be angry with you. And he decided that he would go with his entourage to Manshia. And what did he do? The Igbo people in Ghana, solidarizing with him, decided to go there. And there you will see them. In fact, singing and dancing and also displaying their beautiful culture. This is His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, with their red hats signifying their Igbo culture. My brother, my sister, they went all the way to Manshia, shook hands with so many people, empathized with the situation, solidarizing with the people of Asante. And then it came to the time for him to meet up with the Otumfour, as many did. My brother, my sister, amidst the shout of Igbo Kweno, Zwekweno, and all that, he went over quietly to the Otumfour. And whilst he was approaching the Otumfour, according to him, in fact, some members of the palace approached him and said the Otumfour shook hands with so many people, and therefore his hand was almost getting numb. For that matter, all other visitors coming up next would just have to bow and walk on the other side without approaching to hold the hand of Otumfour. And we all saw that. Otumfour couldn't shake hands with everybody. Otumfour is not a statue. By tradition, somebody would have to hold his hand, and you will see a linguist holding his hand. His hand became numb. Tens of thousands of people shaking the same hand. So they decided that people approaching him should just bow quietly and then move to the other side. And when Chief Chukwudi Jude Ihineto approached, he took off his hat. And this is what he has done all this while. Anytime he approaches any person of traditional importance in Ghana, he takes off his hat as a sign of respect. He's just a community leader, a chief. You could call him a king or an emperor of the Igbo people from Nigeria. He is not a king in Ghana. He is a chief, a king, an emperor of the Igbo people living in Ghana. That's it, as simple as that. So many people have decided to throw him under the bus and refuse him because of problems that came. But this man has been very instrumental in the Nigerian community in Ghana. And we all know the problems we have in Nigeria when it comes to Biafra. We all know how tribalism is dividing Nigeria into so many pieces. So there are other ethnic groups of Nigeria who are fighting each other in this country. When would Africa...
So that is a Black Rasta in Sema, basically applies when will Africa unite. So Black Rasta, he stands for Pan-African, and he's a Pan-Africanist. So Pan-Africanists, they have this mentality, say, all Africans should come together as one. Yes, the United States of America, which is United States of Africa. Now, according to Omono, Ebanisana, countries in a state. Now, back together, sana will be powerful, and that was Kwame Nkrumah's ideology. When to me, I'm materialize, it just a coup d'etat happening with the film. So we'll get back to that. But then, let's first of all hit on this particular same Igbo King update, because we know we can see there's a video which is surfacing now. Nigeria for a party say Omunsuru the BCBA because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was sure more boss said the BCBA he would never ever deport any Igbo person or any Nigerian from Ghana. Remember, say Mahama has a history with Nigerians because on Wakasano also an cool school and sana oba back to Ghana. You show video where you're back you better also.
Make a drink small go for this news when I hear just now. In this video, I want to specially appreciate the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama. Only making the announcement you make a drink small go for this news when I hear just now. In this video, I want to specially appreciate the President of the Republic of Ghana, President John Dramani Mahama. Kudos to you, sir. You have done so well by boldly taking the stand you took, by boldly making the announcement you made, saying there is no room for xenophobia in Ghana and that Nigerians are welcome to do business and to live in Ghana. Thank you very much, sir. This is the first time I'll be hearing a president of a country standing against such vices in their country. Same cannot be said about South Africa. I have never had the South African president coming out to condemn all the threats and xenophobic attack against other Africans, including Nigerians. But kudos to Ghana that has taken the lead in the right direction. Now, I would also express my disappointment towards the Ghanaian celebrities largely connected to the Nigerian counterparts in areas of the music industry and movie and all that. You are all really a disappointment to African unity, because the only person I can say I heard that was very vocal and came out to speak against the xenophobic intentions that some few elements in Ghana had towards Nigerians is Black Rasta. Thank you very much for lending your voice. I appreciate you. Thank you for all you said. Thank you for the very detailed contents you put out in condemning such vices against Nigerians. May the good Lord bless you in whatever you do. You are a just man, and posterity will remember you for all you stood for. Thank you very much. What I infer from the whole thing that just happened in Ghana is that a large-scale national reorientation is very necessary at this point, because it has eaten too deeply. This hatred has eaten too deeply into the hearts of a lot of Ghanaians. I must tell you, I know I have a lot of Ghanaian friends, I have a lot of Ghanaian family, but I'll tell you this, a lot more than those who are nice and have good intentions have very bad intentions about Nigerians. They don't seem to see Nigeria in any good light. They hate Nigeria, they see Nigerians as competitors or whatever, I don't know. In fact, one of the comments I saw online one of these days during this whole issue of Nigeria must go in Ghana was that why should a Nigerian be driving taxi in Ghana? Can you imagine such a mindset? What were they supposed to do? You don't want them to be involved in crime. You don't even want a Nigerian driving taxi in your country, but you do the same elsewhere. Even one of your kings in Ghana drives taxi in America. Was he a taxi driver or he has a mechanic workshop, something like that? I've seen in the news in the time past. If you don't want Nigerians to stay in your country to do retail business, you don't want them to do menial jobs like driving a taxi and all that, that means they are not welcome in your country. You keep crying, oh, the laws of Ghana does not allow for foreigners to do retailing. Really? You expect an average Nigerian to invest as much as $300,000 worth in business before he can do business in your country? Really? And then employ a particular number of Ghanaians before he can do business in your country? That is what you are trying to tell me. They are not allowed to do retail business, whereas your people are allowed to do retail business here in Nigeria? Really? That is very, very unfair to assume. It will hold no water. If you have Nigerians in Ghana doing legitimate business or rendering legitimate services, they should be protected, not like saying they are not allowed to do a retail business and not being allowed to offer services either. But you don't want them also to be involved in crime. What do you want them to do? Tell us. It's as well as saying we are not welcome in your country. I really expect.
Okay, so that's exactly what this particular Nigerian man is saying. Or see the question in Ghana for more sorry, I'm more kasa kasa. It is not going to hold water. Why? Because the president of the land, Abba out, Epijanensa say he is not in any form, shape, or in any shape or form going to deport any Nigeria. And according to him, Nigerians are welcome in Ghana to do business and do whatever they like. So omunsu into mo say Nigerians must go near the adeno misrawa sisanwadwen, because according to them no say president no osi omo Nigeria ni bia nkwa wo kwa mi bonto wone hwan na same way no osan bo celebrities bidin. This particular celebrities obo mudin no, according to him no they are championing the cause. Baby mo to say Shatawale sa akodi any ade no, instead of them to push further and talk about this issue, say Nigerians must not go no omeyu omeni. And I say so that is the whole thing in regards to the issue of Nigerians must go. You could see clearly say in some ekoni nyina no Igbo king no say onya ahondin bi na otimi ko Otumfour enim amene kra no or the video afa Black Rasta so say their pictures are omiti Otumfour say to enye ne. He's shown it and it's true. I see what Otumfour said to several times. Also, Otumfour said to inviting him to his palace several times. But then bloggers be anyway chrome her. And on person yeding, into trouble. And because of that, no, say you do better trouble more. And yeah, there's a popular adage say divide and conquer. It's divided the Igbo community in Ghana. Now agenda or more say building an Igbo village. They'll build their own Igbo kingdom. They'll build their own Igbo market. They'll build their own Igbo school. Agenda no, they are dividing themselves. Yeah, they are two divisional agenda need to mean you. So according to him, they ebeba. Na Ghana they be CBA kan acha na watche bosome ebeko. Now in all of these things now, one of the things you also have to note is that according to Black Rasta, who he spoke earlier, so Opache say all these things which is happening now, it doesn't augur well for Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana, because Kwame Nkrumah had a vision. Okay, Kwame Nkrumah had a vision of a Pan-African. He said Ghana and the whole of Africa, you be back together near what we call the United States of Africa. But then up to now, no Africa, but then we are not realizing this particular vision. And some people and on my shed that or created the vision and then the young can say you Nigeria for or mutimi back room my bed or mo peno. Yes, sorry, near ye Casas Nigeria for or moon pagema, Nigeria for me a shaw, Nigeria for me a confo, Nigeria for mo kidnap. Black Rasta say, in some na equals and no credit because Sebu Ubiaba nye Ubiaba enye de enye. So that is exactly what is really going on in this country about the whole Igbo community and in summer air course. So I could clearly see say all these things are air course. So people are really pissed off. Okay, people are really pissed off. According to them, no, we as I said, Ghana State now was say allow partner to say omutimie di ombe. Babaka, we have a news and now your breaking news be about Garmanche, because Garmanche so added the home abe foreigners. I think that we can even go to this particular news because it is something very, 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 very serious on this one. So let us know your thoughts on this particular insema or maka Nigeria for no part to say insema it doesn't make any sense. Yes, because Mahama say there's no way obe making sure so be deported in Nigeria. See, you know, Africans, all of us are Africans, so Nigerians are welcome to do any business in this particular country. Now, we told you, sir, Gan Manche is actually speaking about this whole issue at Air Corso. Now, I'll explain it, and also, in light of all of these happenings between the Ghana, Gan state, and also Igbo Kano, or the statement, this particular statement, or the Abano, is kind of giving the green light, say, one way, one shape, or the other, no, the Yam Festival, Igbo person Mudi Okrumano, it is really come, it will really come to light. Therefore, we're into screens, no, so this is coming from the Gan state. Really, a statement from the Gan space on the suspension of 2025 Igbo Yam Festival. So they are about to explain to us what really is going on. Any day a Gan mancheno all of a sudden, or say all banning the Igbo festival in this particular country. Or say the Gan Traditional Council call for the suspension of the 2025 Igbo Yam Festival has been misinterpreted by some as undiplomatic or discriminatory. We wish to clarify that this decision is rooted in cultural respect and the prevention of a clash of sacred traditions, not prejudice. So, Gamanche patches says, people will be among for be a womb croma Sadeka Gamanche, Siciano, oh, yeah, the Nano South Africa 4 years, Xenophobia. Because at the end of the day, Ghana for your friend is saying Nigeria for more kruma. Omuzom could do Yam Festival and Kagamanche their fan hobby. Let them do their Yam Festival. Amount for cry for US every show kruma see. And also they be the entire percent a year almost stop a year Nigeria for Igbo for from doing their Yam Festival is because in Xenophobia within the Gan states no almost pay Igbo for. And now no same be a buy almost some better inside some quarters as so ningo pram, which is Gan's land. No one build our own kingdom. The Gan people feel threatened. Also, this weekend, several Gan communities are observing significant cultural and spiritual and spiritual rites. For instance, the people of Nungwa Jenge and Oyibi village are celebrating the Nungwa Mankrolo Black Stew Yam Festival, while in Teshi, the Gbugula Boro is performing a sacred cleansing rite for the Gbugula Ayiku Black Stew. There will be a curfew this evening. Other Gan clans and boroughs are engaged in their Yele Afi Yam Festival and related ceremonies, which mark the Gan New Year in September. These events invoke sacred rituals to pray for a fruitful year, making it a sensitive time for the Gan people. So they appear say that the Gan manche is saying, even though issues why they have to address with the Igbo Ken, within this particular time, Igbo for person Yam Festival, the Gan people are also having a sacred Yam Festival. Into Oshe at Asewa or say, the people of Nungwa Jenge and Oyibi village almost celebrating the Nungwa Mankralo Black Stew Yam Festival. So I don't know if it is intentional, say in kind for a yomo Black Stew Yam Festival and a Igbo for some festival. So Osha and Oti some more can party say a bit ma clash because a mine, a crew, a sase. Obe festival and what's the time a festival now so be your festival. Aside from that, Osanso patch say uko Teshia aye Gbugula Boro no aye Gbugula Boro omo performing the friend sacred cleansing rites for the Gbugula Ayiku Black Stew. Intino akonye bi wo friend aye Ayiku Black Stew Gbugula Ayiku Black Stew sisia no ye sanctify no what you say ye ma ho aye kronkron inti sa time na ekoso no curfew ebebo see the curfew there will be a curfew this evening. Other Gan class and borough are also engaged in the Yele Afi festival. Into a part say, aside from cleansing on that particular Black Stew, there's also a separate Yam Festival El Koswa and other Gan communities are from the Yele Afi. Sa Yele Afi no part say in September and a Gan calendar afin eshasie. Inti Usha sa niema we nyina ekoso na Igbo king esoria. Also, Baba, your friend is saying, you own Yam Festival at the end of the day, you know, to them, it doesn't speak war. Yes, and also, I see the scheduling of the Yam Festival coincide with these sacred gang customs, creating a potential clash of cultural exhibitions. To avoid this, the Ghana Traditional Council deemed it necessary to postpone the Igbo events. The decision ensures mutual respect for both Ghana and diaspora Nigerians here. And our party say, based on all the aforementioned, some yakano, and Nuntiana Igbo Yam Festival na air kosono, omo block here because so sharp within the Ghana states. Festivals be break so as our festival so do na so Yam Festival. It's no ye be person yan say be dear because a crew it coincide with us. It's no intia no mo e pa omo de be tu just see anama Igbo for no omo ndi omo Yam Festival nye say e bi omo time obi. Furthermore, the Ghana Traditional Authority, specifically the office of the Gbogbo Wulome Shishe Overlord of the Ghana Dangbe, have already engaged the Nigerian High Commissioner and Nigerian Foreign Affairs Ministry to address this matter diplomatically. And on pass with immediate effects, no, omo de nsema koto a Nigerian High Commissioner say in sem no mbra ne international yenka because papa no say na see no so person in the kingdom no ayehu. Recently, the Nigerian High Commission led a delegation to pay a courtesy visit to the Gbogbo Wulome Shiche and his Council of Elders, acknowledging their leadership in protecting Nigerians in Ghana lands and addressing misrepresentations regarding the Igbo king in Ghana. The Ghana authorities have reaffirmed their commitment to safeguarding all Nigerians in the Ghana Adangbe state. Omo pa sisi ananse no nsembi ekọ social media say Igbo for ba beti omo beti omo kingdom. Inti a fair Nigerian High Commissioner and say ombra no be chim na Ghana Adangbe for no so no. Bibia wo ho a wo say mo mu say kroma say no, we don't allow people to actually do kingdom in a kingdom. Into ultimate fi Nigeria embe ya kingdom ha say debi. Sana santini intimi ko Nigeria, in kreni intimi ko Nigeria kwa any own kingdom no. Sa pepe so na Nigeria ni intimi mba krum ha embe ya a kingdom in a kingdom. It doesn't work. So that is it. Now, Ompasi said they are also very firm in safeguarding all Nigerians. Now, yeah, share the last part of the letter no. Or say, additionally, the decision to suspend the Igbo Yam Festival is informed by recent unrest in Ghana, sparked by concerns over establishment of an Igbo kingdom in Pram Pram. Postponing the festival is a proactive step to prevent further misunderstanding, to protest and fostering peace and unity. And on Pacha said the most important thing omo banning this particular Yam Festival, Igbo Yam Festival, is because Igbo king no and Igbo king no on enam and also obey ni own Igbo kingdom Pram Pram. Oyo obi a utu kwan a obi say Pram Pram no ni go Pram Pram area asase da ho kan na a new site dodo wa ho kon a new site in phone call ho. People are there but a new site. It's no the Igbo for your madrene said they will go and purchase huge lands there. No mashase edwele wo ho nti be hu a ningo Pram Pram ye be say di nya ye ningo Nigeria and I say Igbo land e ho enen kan fon say dey bi ye tena ha se no bi dey attention adane akwankon. It's at the end of the day no e was say ye stop your mo e was say stop your mo. That is why that's what they are saying. Yes, additionally, the decision to suspend the Igbo Yam Festival is informed by recent unrest in Ghana, sparked by concerns of establishment of an Igbo kingdom in Pram Pram. Now, yes, also on the last side, also we urge the public to view the decision through the lens of cultural harmony and mutual respect. The Ghana people, who also celebrate Omowo in other countries, value coexistence and collaboration with all communities, including our fellow Africans, that's Igbo brothers and sisters. Let us continue to promote unity and understanding. This was signed. So, as you can see, Umpire say yes. Obi timi stop you obi ase my man in Yam Festival. But oh yeah, Yam Festival. Na next target is obey your kingdom. That is questionable. Oh yeah, Yam Festival. Now next target they say obey establish a kingdom in another kingdom. That itself is questionable. So because of all of this particular formation, according to them, no, a very important say in some way in a no, they will do something about it. And until no must stop. We must stop it. The whole Igbo Yam Festival. Yen try ho. Kwa ku try ho kakra na ye babaka na ya share other issues are so because sa diplomatic passport in same way about actress and about Udimaya any one kaya dia mono amanfo bi so e de omano abetun se nu se if it is possible anka yemfa na nama Macbrown enka be na nama Macbrown dey be ka ho no ebeya din kakra adenti na makers are because she's been banned from the United States of America. We'll come back to that issue being try home bra.
I want to say I'm a new location. Hey, media. I see I'm yeah, we don't know.
So yes, that is the issue at Air Course. Now let's move straight to actress Nanama Macbrown. In regards with actress Nanama Macbrown, the news about her is so simple. Now no, Obekacha say we take a leave from Onya TV show no so. Then she came out to say she had to go and do another surgery because Ninsano she see an theater into a surgery for see an the kakra. San Ninsa we Onya accident some years ago. Emma Ninsano, according to people, are minimum almost a 2 year. Into us, Musa the core hospital to say the nerves were a bit intact and a palm. But since then, the Pimeneno, Macbrown and San Sebu, Debia Ehano. But then the issue of diplomatic passports and Anwe Baya Yama Wudimaya, Anita Eskin, Denta, Wine Beam Kwanya Diamano. Papaya Nano or reggae artist are winning Grammy, the first Ghanaian to win to get Grammy nomination, together with a host of others. So Sisia Minoka say, Kamia Quest, other people believe say, the whole issue about diplomatic passports. There are other scores of people who also deserve it, and the other scores of people almost deserve Edinya Babe PM Sisia said His Excellency John Dramani Mahama show consider actress Nanama Macbrown. Now, nipa obko make sa petition yi and then same word in same ko tujano. Definitely Nana Abba Anamwa or the reason why actress Nanama Macbrown Siama Wudimaya Denta Anita Eskin any afufrobi your friend is saying diplomatic passport was said you be Emma your friend is saying Nana Ama Macbrown. You video of what really went on and how or a year Nana Bana more than 70 etuja ye ba ye betu also.
Yeah, Obia, my only challenge is that it shouldn't be elitist.
Okay.
It shouldn't be elitist. Because it's not just
as in a certain class.
Certain class, because Osha almost 5 they belong to a certain class, and they all deserve it. All 5 of them deserve it, well deserved. But beyond that, there are others also who deserve it, and they should have been added to the 5. When you look at comedy, our comedians are doing very well. Comedians, by the way, legacy. Comedians. You're not a comedian. You're a comedian, okay?
Nana, I can even take my time.
Our comedians are doing exceptionally well. There should have been a comedian in there. Kumawood has held the movie industry for so long and so well. I think somebody in there should have received one. It could have been anybody. I mean, my pick easily would have been Nanama Macbrown.
Oh, okay.
easily, because Nanama wields a certain power in the diaspora. For Ghanaians abroad, she is loved across the world in the Ghanaian communities, and you cannot underestimate her impact. So I think that there should have been a representation from that sector, the local language, speakers, and so that it doesn't look like because listening to all of you, the two of you were harping about Anita's delivery, Denta's delivery, and rightly so. They speak impeccable English. They are very good, but we need somebody else local. There should be.
Say lady or two
there should be about Wiala, precisely Wiala, so that it doesn't look too elitist. It doesn't look too elitist, but aside,
is also an elite.
Wiala is actually not elitist.
No, but
it's just the people who listen to her music
that a little bit traditional. No,
she's not elitist at all.
Hey. Depends on
Wiala,
how we want to define that.
no. Wiala is so authentically northern. She's raw. No,
but even in person.
Even in person.
And you are on the time of cameras.
Oh,
Wiala, for instance, absolutely deserves a diplomatic passport, because the kind of music she does, her music is not popular
among the
I want to
see my father. Meaning, but me can't them papa.
So it doesn't look too elitist, but those 5 people, absolutely, they deserve it. But we should just make it so it should be balanced, well represented, because that's what we are all aspiring for: inclusion and diversity. Diversity is very important. You can't move forward in 2025 in this century without diversity. You must always have diversity in mind. It's, the 5 absolutely fantastic, but I will say 2, 3 B. Yeah, we are Nama, McBrown,
Stone Boy.
Acrobat.
Sarkodie. Even Uncle, listen. I forgot. Uncle should have been number 1 on that list because
international football.
Look, you'll be amazed when you meet people and you tell them you're from Ghana. They will say Acrobat to you. Wouldn't let if you. Then they're pulling up his videos on Manchester United, which we beat Chelsea today, by the way.
Make a passionate appeal to.
So I which one is my camera? That one.
To the foreign affairs.
Well, I think that Okujeto Ablakwa, Empress Okujeto. You keep saying Okujato. Okujeto.
Hey, would you have
names?
Okujeto. Metiana waka on 9. Makani Mesa defendino.
Okujeto. I absolutely respect his decision to give these 5 people the diplomatic passport. But I think that Acrobato, ni full name here.
Who knows tomorrow?
For the longest time, the French ambassador who just left Ghana, for 2 years, every day, Becca came say, I want to meet Acrobato. I want to meet Acrobato. They be me say I will organize it. Then last month, I got him to meet Acrobato. The man made his local staff leave his house. He cooked for Uncle.
Wow.
Yeah, he cooked for him. He cooked for Uncle and served him the best of French wine and champagne. And he served him himself. This is how powerful Acrobato is. And Acrobato absolutely deserves a diplomatic passport. Because apart from what he does in Ghana, he entertains us. But the number of people, football fans across the world, Sky posts him, Sky News posts him. So every platform posts him. So he deserves a diplomatic passport.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that is the issue. Ewo sisi just say Nana Mama Branch, she also deserve a diplomatic passport. Now, Apostle Safo is dead. Yankopon fan the cry in see reported right here on this particular platform. But then there are issues, okay, of a year in the death, because age are a buyer, no, yes, we did 77 years. But then we shall follow on my change a year date, say, Papa, no, we did 77, now we did 99. 99 no so and 90 years no more can so yeah, that's already almost upon on the 90th, upon the 112 years. Yes, that is in summer ever. Now, I want you to take a very critical look at flyer Ebusanfoni be at the buy. Oshe, the whole screens no so date of birth 19 August 1948 to September 2025. That is the date she has say. You see ano Kantanka TV or Masisano any Ebusanfoni se papa ye won 1912 to 2025. So making him over 113 years old. Son of Moka. Now, in aid of all of these things, in somewhere a course Obi or your former member of a Christo Asafa Soreno or the Simbia Babe Tuja. And according to her, na okwa Soreno. Beba pano, nye maybe an a coso ewo a sorry nimuno. It made it seem like Sebu a occult. Menka saw a echo or occult. Media, I'm just reporting. Now, according to the lady, at a point in time, omukwa sorry anka also Sebu omusum nyameno. They rather found themselves worshipping a Apostle Safo. Now, this particular argument, any sema lady Edibet Tujan, it is trending all over social media. But then before I bet to us, in sema the lady herself, or the Tuja, her argument and what she's also saying, babaka, we also look at the other side.
This is a message for the people of Christo Asafo Church. I deeply empathize with you over the passing of Apostle Dr. Safo, but you must wake up. You must wake up. Apostle Dr. Safo was not God. See, the reason why I am so passionate about speaking out about this today is because I was part of the idolatry. I was part of this church. I worshipped him. In fact, I remember growing up, when I was sick in any part of my body, when we were sick in any part of our bodies, we were taught to take a picture of Apostle Dr. Safo and fetch a glass of water and put this picture on the glass of water and pray to Apostle Dr. Safo to heal us. So we believe that Apostle Safo was our God. We believed that he was God. We believed that he was the Savior. And today, on his passing, I am led to make these videos to encourage you to find a church. You need Jesus Christ. He is the only one true God. See, Jesus died, but on the third day, he rose again. Apostle Dr. Safo has died now, and he will not resurrect. I've seen some videos about reincarnation where people are saying that he reincarnated, he will reincarnate. All of that is, I'm sorry, it's nonsense. Apostle Dr. Safo is dead. He was human. He was flesh, just like you and I. He was not a God. No, he wasn't. The fact that he had some wisdom to be able to make technological inventions did not mean that he was God. He is not God. And so please, I am pleading with you. I know that there are so many branches of the church Christo Asafo all over the world. And my heart bleeds for the thousands of people who are going to hell because they believe the lie that Apostle Dr. Safo was God. Please wake up. Please, I am pleading with you. Please. Give your life to Christ and repent from this idolatry. The man is dead now and you have an opportunity to repent. So please do it. I am making this message with urgency. Honestly, the Lord has given me this assignment and today is the day that I make these messages, that I make these videos. So please, honestly, you need to give your life to Christ. Thank you for listening.
So according to this particular lady, Opache said she was a person and not also a Christo Asafa. Sorry, no. But then what was really shocking was that time bia now omukwa sorry no. Say omubi yare a sɛ ɔno ne maame ne papa yare a yɛsɛ ɔmo mfa Kristo asafo ana asafo kantanka ne picture nsi hɔ na ɔmo mbɔ mpaeɛ nka sɛ Kristo asafo ɛyɛ kantanka samiyare. And I say according to her no for a long time people thought say Apostle Kojo Safo or he was God. Opa say even though Yankopon amma no nimdeɛ ne nyansa no ene wewu ama obi ehu say Apostle Kojo Safo no say bi no nipa te say me ne wa. And opa say what say enenam mfamemu say Apostle Kojo Safo oba reincarnate say wu abesan ba back biem no obeye saa na oba back oba abeye bibi foforo na ese de bi. Osi de bi Apostle Kojo Safo he's dead and gone. Nipa otimi ewu ye otimi sorry ye no Yesu Kristo. Yesu Kristo. And as you see, and lady no, or in the same way, air to light. Meanwhile, the book of condolences, it is widely open at the premises of Apostle Kojo Safo Kantanka. If you watch the video, you back to us. Therefore, so that is some of the scenes I call so Apostle Kojo Safo ne fie. Some di kan edit to no. Lady a na okwa asori wo ho no, according to her no, niema na ekoso eye asori ho no, echi na nebusuan on nebusuan fo hu yo mo se da bi. Sa niema akone de asori no embo mo because so for asabio o yare a obefa ni picture bomb pae e woni nim ne de well e no bi so e pa say Jesus Christ no ni picture na e de boy dem ni ade ade no e broni bi ni etwa ni picture e model broni model bi ni ato ya kali nti so Jesus Christ san Jesus Christ e ni music video e ni si dem ye bomb pae ye so ma chi so picture nim na ono so e baby bi ni kwa de enye. So that is exactly some of the things are air course and some of the arguments are air course so was social media. Definitely no, we'll be very much happy to get your feedback on all of this issue. What do you think about all of this? But before then, mo amunti lady in somebody too Jano and how she went about her things. Yanko video we about back and for EDC.
This is a message for the people of Christo Asafo Church. I deeply empathize with you over the passing of Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo, but you must wake up. You must wake up. Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo was not God. See, the reason why I am so passionate about speaking out about this today is because I was part of the idolatry. I was part of this church. I worshipped him. In fact, I remember growing up when I was sick in any part of my body, when we were sick in any part of our bodies, we were taught to take a picture of Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo and fetch a glass of water and put this picture on the glass of water and pray to Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo to heal us. So we believe that Apostle Kwejo Safo was our God. We believed that he was God. We believed that he was the Savior. And today on his passing, I am led to make these videos to encourage you to find a church. You need Jesus Christ. He is the only one true God. See, Jesus died, but on the third day, he rose again. Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo has died now, and he will not resurrect. I've seen some videos about reincarnation where people are saying that he reincarnated, he will reincarnate. All of that is, I'm sorry, it's nonsense. Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo is dead. He was human. He was flesh, just like you and I. He was not a God. No, he wasn't. The fact that he had some wisdom to be able to make technological inventions did not mean that he was God. He is not God. And so please, I am pleading with you. I know that there are so many branches of the church Christo Asafo all over the world. And my heart bleeds for the thousands of people who are going to hell because they believe the lie that Apostle Dr. Kwejo Safo was God. Please wake up. Please, I am pleading with you. Please give your life to Christ and repent from this idolatry. The man is dead now and you have an opportunity to repent. So please do it. I am making this message with urgency. Honestly, the Lord has given me this assignment, and today is the day that I make these messages, that I make these videos. So please, honestly, you need to give your life to Christ. Thank you for listening.